Hey, what's up? It's your girl Tamara, aka Girl from Harlem.
It's your cousin Juju.
It's Jack Dance, but my friends call me Burgundy.
And this is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. And this is The God Show.
Juju, I'm doing good. I'm doing good.
By the way, I know y'all, they set me up where I go right after Jack. So Jack doesn't tell none of us his intro. He just like, I'm working with something different today. So I'm sorry.
I like to do material, Jack.
But this is Ray Daniels, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. And this is the Culture Report presented by The God Show. Let's go.
Tell them about our sponsors and what to do if they like our show.
Oh, yeah. And if you like our show, if you support it, like, subscribe. We love it all. We got the episode with Pinky out right now and Ghost out this week. And it just feels like people are really like messing with us and the content we're doing. So how you show us that? Like, subscribe, share. The things that cost you nothing is the things that help us keep giving you great information. And if you want, you should join our community. The Dreamers community, become a part of the God Squad. The link should be in the bio on YouTube. And if not, click on my Instagram if you're listening and you'll get it from there. And shout out to our sponsors, Yoko Vodka, Two Lost. By the way, we got Two Lost they decorated set. So Two Lost distribution is on set with us. And Tote and Carry, who's on set. So if you want to sponsor the podcast or be a part of what we're doing, just DM somebody from the team. We'll get back to you. Let's get into it, T.
All right, I'm going to start with beef. We got a lot of beef going on in the industry right now. So we're going to start with, I'm going to go with the home team. I'm going to go with Cam and Melissa Ford. Let's go there first. So Cam recently made some comments towards Melissa Ford and posted a picture with him and her, a Throwback Thursday. It stems from her talking about a comment they made on their show about their previous activities in whorehouses. And Melissa pretty much said, watch it, you might have been messing with underage girls. And Cam fired back and was like, don't even play like that, pretty much. Like, not in this climax. We not even trying to joke with shit like that. Like, do you guys think that that was a proper way for Cam to handle it? And do you think he's going a little bit too hard on Melissa? What are your thoughts on the situation?
You got to protect your reputation at all costs now. Because as you can see, you know, like what's happening with Puff, like, it's serious.
Not just Puff, everybody.
Well, everybody, right. It's serious. So I can't think of anything over the years that anyone has really said that was like negative about Cam per se. So something like that could just tilt how people think about him in general. So I think he was right on for that.
I think it was just unwarranted because, like, if you look at the context of how she said it, it was just random as hell that she brought that up, and it's like, all right, bro. Like, you had to throw me in there under the bus with this. Like, so I feel like Cam is like, you can't get mad at how he responded because he responded. The only way that I would know how to respond is like, dog, fuck you talking to? Like, fuck you talking to? What you talking about? Like, and don't even put my name in that kind of context because, like, people can get misconstrued. Like, they didn't watch the whole thing or they didn't understand the context. Like, you just threw me into something that had nothing to do with anything that I got going on. On top of, I'm already, like, I got a lot of good shit going on. Like, don't put no negativity on me. So,
yeah,
I mean,
it's a dangerous time to be a man. It's just dangerous. I mean, like, it to me is nothing funny about it. It's not entertaining. I mean, obviously, I put up a clip. I got cursed out really bad for the first time ever for being on the show. A friend of mine, who I thought was a friend of mine, called me because I gave a new perspective on the Puff stuff, and she went off on me, like. And she kind of said at the end, right before she went off, she said, this rich nigga has been getting away with murder. And then she went crazy. And I'm like, you proving my point. This shit is about money. This shit is not about anything besides money. And the way society is set up now, if a man speaks on a woman, Party does a song. It's sassy. Why is he talking about? And a woman says, your business, and it's like, do you think Cam responded well? Do you think that she was wrong for doing it? Because to me, that was whack. So for me, it's like, I feel like we're so big to call out the men for being called out, but we don't acknowledge that if a man does what a woman does, he's considered sassy. So the only person that can really make noise are women right now. And if a man says anything in return or speaks up or says anything that women don't agree with, he gets a tongue lashing from everybody in the world. Like, this shit don't feel like society I want to be a part of at this moment. Like, I can't even, like, you can say whatever and I can't say nothing.
Right.
It's just, it's almost like women have cornered the speaking market. They have cornered the speaking market, and you cannot speak or say anything because women will be like, shut up. But you can talk. Okay, cool, my bad. Let me shut up.
What
You
about
can
as a podcaster though? Do you think like looking at it from that perspective, aside from men and female, just as people who kind of get paid to have your thoughts and sit in front of a camera every day, and you're just trying to have a conversation that you don't really mean bad intentions, like should podcasters have the ability to kind of just give free thoughts on conversations, or should they be very careful?
There's a penalty to free thoughts.
Okay.
I was thinking about this on my way over here. So I've been in the music business 19 years. Do you know how many secrets I've heard?
Yes.
You know how much information I know? I literally don't tell none of it because I don't think that's my place.
Absolutely.
So like, and I've seen the ugly part of this world, y'all. Like, I feel like we don't acknowledge that successful men are preyed on just the way women are preyed on. Like, regular men, way different. But a successful man is preyed on by people in general. And to me, it's just a very slippery, dangerous slope. And I can't wait for it to happen to a woman to see how the female population reacts. The minute a man comes out and says, she made me do these things. Oh, shut up. We don't want to hear from you. You know you wanted it. It's like, oh, wow. Imagine if a man said that.
Yeah, that was a conversation a long time ago. Like, can you even rape a man? They're going to like it too much. Like, does that even make sense? But
men have no word in today's society. It is very dangerous. It's very dangerous. I mean, I don't care because I'm going to speak, but this world is about to get worse and worse and worse.
What's the biggest lesson?
I just think as a podcaster, you gotta have like even if we bring up our conversations and like we bring up our opinion on conversation or just thoughts, you still gotta have some type of cognition of what you're putting on other people. Like you can't just blatantly just say some random wild shit about somebody and like, dog, like even if it's not like, because if it's not factual,
that's my point.
You can't just say shit.
Like, bro, you know how many things I've heard that I can say on this pod right now and then make us number one? Bro, like, for real, like, I would never do that because to me, that's breaking code. Yeah. Like, you can't want to be a part of a society, but the way you want to be a part of that society. That's like when I didn't feel bad for Brittany Griner when she went to Russia. I didn't. And the reason why I didn't is because you can't be yourself everywhere you want to be yourself. It's like every other country has rules, and those countries are not ran like the U.S., where U.S. is kind of ran by popular opinion. A lot of these other countries don't care about what your opinion is because they know your opinion can't affect their power, so they run their country the way they want to. And to me, I just feel like it's a dangerous time right now because people feel like I should be allowed to be whatever version of me I want to, screaming, yelling, bitching. Like, for example, the clip with me and Tamira arguing, I never put that clip. It went viral, but I never put it out because I didn't like the way it made us look. Like, that's a one argument out of like fucking hundreds of hours of videos, of minutes of video. So it's like, I didn't put it out. Somebody else did. It went viral. Okay, I put it out too. But I'm not chasing clicks. I'm going to be me, and either people going to fuck with that and fuck with me, or they not. But I'm not chasing clicks, and I'm not going to do something. I'm not going to cheat to skip the line because I know that once I get there, how they going to treat me if they know I cheated.
I'm also not throwing dirt on no random person.
Yeah.
Can't do that. Because I don't know about y'all, but where I'm from, like.
That's serious. And then look how Cam had to respond. And I'm not going to do anything physical to you, so you don't say that. Like, it's like, dog, we live in a society where, like, another thing I don't get why people are so offended by another person's opinion. Like, the only people's opinion you should be offended by are the people who affect your livelihood and how you feed your family.
Facts.
If someone over there says something, if someone went online right now and said the God Show is the worst show in history, I would probably share it. What up, everybody? This is Ray Dangs, a.k.a. the Culture Referee. You already knew that, but what you didn't know about, I bet, is a new distribution company called Two Lost Distribution. They're the most technologically advanced distributor in the world. They distribute your music to more stores than any distributor out there, and they only charge you $3 a month. Yep, $3 a month. And they don't charge you any money to collect your royalties, so you get 100% of your royalties. Y'all know how some of them distribution companies be asking for, it's distribute with us, but they take 20%. These guys don't take any of that. They charge $3 a month to distribute all your music, and if you use the code GODS, which is on the bottom of the screen, when you add your discount code, you get 3 months free. So if you're looking for distribution, you need distribution, you're looking for the best distribution company to work with, Two Loss is the fastest growing distribution company out there. Mess with them. Tell them Ray sent you. You're going to get some money off. Just because if I saw somebody say it's the worst thing in history, I'm going to take 2 minutes to go look at it at least. Sometimes, you know what I mean? So for me, it's like, I don't mind the chatter.
Like it's cold in the D.
Like, dog, yes, like it's cold in the D. That song has more views. It's not because the song is great. It's because we come there. But it's like the same thing with sports. Like, they're going to have a rule where you can't boo no more sports.
Oh, no, I'm not going to.
No, they ain't going to do that.
That's OD.
Never.
Now you take
They
the
ain't
fun
gonna do
away.
that.
Now
Okay.
you
Listen, bro, listen,
There's
bro.
going to have to be a loser.
Listen, bro.
Somebody
the
has to.
minute that a athlete comes out and says, the Bulls are messing with my mental health, they're gonna change. I'm telling you,
Nah,
bro.
Ray,
We live in. Listen,
you
we live in.
can't.
We live in a.
agree.
Listen,
I'm with
y'all.
Ray.
Let me just tell y'all something. We live in a
see it.
soft ass world,
Tell 'em.
and you know why the world is soft? Because daddy ain't fucking leading, and the world is soft because mama is leaving, and mama's leading. Mamas lead with compassion and nurturing. That's what a mama does. A mama is compassionate and nurturing. A father is a protector and a provider. So sometimes you got to protect your family with information. It's like your mom might say, your dad might say, or mom might say, don't do this because if you do this, this is going to happen. That is protecting you. Now, we live in a world now where people saying, why can't I do it? Okay, do it then. Then they get burnt and be like, the stove needs to be stopped.
The stove.
You touched it. Like, my thing about all of these allegations is, and by the way, I let me tell y'all another fact. I dated a woman that was raped. When I was 19, my girlfriend, it was on the news, was kidnapped and raped. So I have so much compassion for rape victims. Like, I sat in that bed with her while she cried every night for 2 months straight. Couldn't touch her because she was crying because a man took that from her. But as soon as it happened, as soon as he let them out the trunk of the car, she was in the trunk of the car. That's crazy, right? She's in the trunk of the car. As soon as they let her out, somebody called the police, and the police came, and I came, and everybody came. Now, if that same girl, that happened, and she didn't say nothing for two decades, like, I don't know what to do at that moment.
Rape doesn't always look that white and black, though. So.
No. But okay, so here's why I say that. It's a slippery slope, but there are. So when someone says that they were raped, let's just talk about it, because I feel like we be jumping on it and we don't talk about it. So when someone says they raped, the first thing I say is I listen to the details. So it's like Russel Simmons, for example. I watched that documentary. Anybody watch it?
I seen part.
Okay,
I haven't
so
seen the whole
watched.
thing.
So that's another thing. I don't, before I make an assessment, I dive in.
I seen half of it. I haven't seen the whole thing.
One thing that Russell Simmons, all the women said the same thing. He came out naked with a condom on. That's very interesting to me. He came out naked with a condom on. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say? Like,
Which one would that fall under? Assault, or what was the one we was doing last week?
The women said rape. The women said he threw me against he threw me on the bed and he raped me.
But what happened between the time that he came out and walked over to the person?
Yeah, but
right, you could have been like, I'm out of here.
But another thing is that if you're fighting him, like, okay, so I don't know. Maybe it's the way I was raised, but if you did something wrong to me, I am unafraid to stand up against that. Like, I don't care. Like, I don't know who knows, but I went through some shit this week with a dude in the industry about something I said on this show. You know about it. Nigga, I was ready for, where you at, nigga? I will pull up on you now. I don't run from problems. If we got a problem, nigga, let's do it right now. So for me, if someone did something to you, I think that you should say it. And I know a girl that said she was raped. I know plenty of women. I'm like, go to the police, and sometimes it's that. But my only thing I guess I say is, instead of going to the police, it feels like you guys are going to lawyers who are telling you you can get paid. And to me, it's scary. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care if y'all. I'm not protecting Puff. I'm not protecting anybody. If Puff did what he did to Cassie and he was beating up everything, then he should be punished like anybody else.
I think the part that just fucks me up is that it's the time frame, right? If something happens, and I don't know how long it takes to process it, right? The processing of the situation, right? So if a woman says that she was assaulted, and I'm like, okay, if we get into an altercation, if as a man, if I get into an altercation, I'm gonna go and like somebody's gonna know that I got into an altercation. Whereas I'm trying to figure out, like, I and this is my ignorance, not understanding how to help be compassionate or even understand how to help her cope with it. And that, I think that's the part that's confusing for me, is like now that all the allegations are coming up, beyond people are going and doing civil suits, but it's like, how did it take 20 years to process this? Mm-hmm. How did it take 20 years for you to now say, oh, well, I'm not going to go the legal route to get them in trouble. I'm just gonna go the silver route to get paid, and that's that part. Like that's the
only part that's weird to me.
Yeah,
but a few things could happen. You could get triggered, and it could make you go back to this place, and that's a very small thing. But there's little things. So,
but then you should. I think you should take the legal route in that instance. Though.
I agree with you on that.
The legal
route. I'm with you.
Somebody's 100%. A predator does not need to like.
A predator
You're
should be
telling
in
your
society.
story because you want them out of society. You want to make sure that they can't do it to someone else.
Like if you're a predator,
that's when you go to the police.
That's what was said. I want Sean Diddy Combs to go away and not be able to do that. I could take that.
Right, but since they're asking for money,
I want money.
Yeah,
and to me, I don't care. Listen, man,
I don't think the money coats for the pain or what transpired, and that's the part.
The money is to me, and then here's another thing that no one factors in. Do y'all know that the trainer that she messes with was their trainer?
Yes, I do. I factor that in all the time.
And here's another thing we don't factor in. So on one hand, you're saying and I didn't read it, but I'm telling you what I've heard. So Tamira, anybody correct me. But on one hand, you're saying, and y'all tell me if this is your interpretation, he was controlling, right? He didn't want no one looking at you, anything. You did something, he would go off, right? Mm-hmm. So name a man. I'm a man, by the way. You're a man. You're a man. Name a man that you know that is that controlling over his woman, but wants to bring in men to fuck you at the same time. So I don't want no one around you. No one looking at you. But I'm gonna pay men to come do things to you. That don't make sense to me. That makes does that add up to any? By the way, is that your interpretation?
I get that. That definitely is the cards on the table. But say in the beginning he was bringing her around just to be one of the business, and then he grew into a relationship with her, and then that's when he was like, "Don't touch my bitch." We don't know the story.
Well, you gotta remember he took her from Ryan Leslie.
No, but and that's another thing we don't factor in that she was with one boyfriend.
She had a boyfriend
who. And see, this is the thing that it's like we don't acknowledge. Like, you in this business, so you understand. Certain artists come out, and when they come out, people be trying to find the story of the artist. Mm-hmm. Like, where does artist come from, right? Because it's like, and when Cassie came out, it was black women was shitting on her because she couldn't sing.
Yes.
Right or wrong, and she couldn't perform. Right or wrong.
She couldn't dance. Yeah, it was
she
bad.
She couldn't dance. She couldn't sing. Right, but she was in a relationship with a man that still invested in her and gave her a hit record. She left that man for another man who put the money up. So my thing is that, and then here's another thing. If you're my woman, like we all had sex before. Never had sex. There's certain things in sex when you want to introduce it, you probably got to have a conversation. Like you just don't stick your penis in a woman's
booty hole.
without talking about it, right? You just don't do that, right? It's like, you know what I'm trying to say? Yeah. So my thing is that at some point in time, he didn't just walk in the room and say,
I got two niggas.
This who you fucking tonight. At some point in time, it had to be you and me in the bed talking about it and me telling you this is something that I want and you eventually have to sign off on it.
So I have a question. This goes back to just the whole dating aspect of moving forward now, being a like anybody. I think this is a blanket for everybody. With success, do you think now relationships are going to start with the NDA? They have to start with the NDA?
No, can I tell you something? Dog, it happened to me. I know a few men that have it happened to. It happened to me with a girl who was around me, coming at me, and then when I got tired of it, I didn't want it. And then she started telling people I came at her. And the reason why it all went away was because the one thing I did do, I screenshotted every fucking word we said to each other. So I'm like, if I'm lying and look at these messages, and everybody was like, damn, I'm not saying that. I'm saying that. And like in this new world we live in, it's dangerous because it's about who's up and who's not. It's about who's liked and who's not. It is very easy to sue someone or go after someone. Like, let's be clear. Fonnie Willis was going after two of the most prominent men in the world. That's why we know her name. How many district? Do anybody know the district attorney in any of those other places, cities? Couldn't pay. You couldn't do it, right? When all you know why America knows Fonnie? Because Fonnie went after some names that America needs to know. Mm-hmm. That America is interested in. I'm sorry. So let's stop acting like a lot of this shit is propaganda. This shit is pushing agendas. And to me, I think that we are about to be in serious trouble. I mean, you literally had a rapper, Rick Ross, went on the radio and said, man, I don't want to sign no female artist, man, because I might touch a cutter, and I don't want to. And they was like, they went after him. He's telling you, I don't want to be around that because I know I might do something dumb. And instead of people saying, damn, bro, I respect that. They're like, you's a predator. That's why you can't. It's like, bro, it is too much anger from the female side in this country, and it's going to destroy this. I promise y'all, I say this on record, but I promise y'all something crazy is going to happen. And it's going to be because we didn't think logical and no man was involved. And if I was a man in America, I wouldn't save it. If I tell Tamira, don't go to that next door place. Them dudes are crazy in there. She goes in and she got raped. I'm like, oh, I'm going to do something. I did something. I told you not to go in there. Now, like, how many men are in jail right now or are dead because of drama with women? Yeah. And these same women are out here getting shit on.
98% of women in jail are in jail because of men, but that's another story.
No, that's true. No, but hear me out. I agree. But see, Tamira, what I'm saying to you is that I don't believe that the women that Russell and Bill and those guys that it happened to, I don't believe that they didn't hear it.
At least a warning or something.
I don't believe that.
So
okay.
my only take on it is, all right, one instance might be like a miscommunication. But multiple, that now it's like, all right, bro, you're a predator. And like, as a predator, let's have a real psych evaluation on if you're actually a predator or not. Because like, my thing is like, it's like there could be a miscommunication you have with somebody and it's like, oh, it was a mixed signal. It was mixed, like, there's a misinterpretation of what was supposed to transpire, right? And that's like, you were drunk, she was drunk. Like, you don't know. Like, that could be a misinterpretation. But multiple, like, now it's like, all right, bro, you have predatory tendencies, and that shit is weird, and now we need to talk, like, now.
Okay, so let me ask you a question. Let's go from the other side. Has anybody up here ever got high or drunk before in life?
Yeah.
All the time.
All the time, right? Imagine Jack, who's gotten drunk and probably got in trouble for it, blaming the people that gave him the liquor for it.
Well, you can do
but
that.
But you can do that.
You can sue bars if you go get a DUI.
He sues the bar
that
kept drinking.
So,
I had 9 drinks. And
but hold on,
You can sue the bar for that.
The reason I will say that, the reason I personally dealt with it, right? My little cousin got into a car accident, like leaving the bar, and she had her 21st birthday, and they just kept pouring her drinks for her birthday. Mind you, she wasn't driving; her friend was driving.
Did she buy it?
The bar was giving them to her.
Okay, so that's different.
So they were giving her drink, but she was also
didn't have to drink it.
But she was also buying them. It's her 21st birthday, bro. Like,
yeah, but here's my thing. But see, what I'm saying, it's a choice.
But Ray,
bartenders are supposed to control.
I'm not.
But it's an ethical practice for like if you're running a bar. If you see somebody getting drunk and they're inebriated, like, you either supposed to call them a cab or cut them off.
Okay, let me ask you a question, then, brother. Let's play devil advocate. We've all been to clubs before, haven't we?
Yeah.
What percentage of the club drinks?
90%.
Oh, good number. 90%. That's what I was going to say. 9 out of 10 people in these clubs are drinking. We all know. What percentage of them you think are driving when they leaving?
Ray, I don't think it's the same thing, though.
I'm asking. No. My point is that drinking in the club and then driving is a regularly practiced thing in the world every day. And I've never seen someone get a DUI and blame the club. You shouldn't have been drinking.
All right, but let's put
but
it.
Driving.
But hold on, Ray. So it's the same instance. Like, if you were happy to be at, let's say you worked for fucking Target, right? Target has their holiday party, right? You're at Target's holiday party. This is a company sanctioned event. You get fucked up at your company sanctioned event. You now drive from your company sanctioned event. You get a DUI. You technically can say that you got drunk because of your company, on the company's dime, in a company sanctioned event, you got drunk with the company. So
and I can technically say
no, and this company has to provide you. They have to give you a lawyer.
So
they have to give you an attorney.
I would technically say
literally the law.
I say I get it, but I think today my problem is that we let the victim be 100% the victim, and we let the bad guy be 100% the bad guy, and we all know that is not that way. We know, like, there were women who they say Bill Cosby raped, that he raped multiple times. These women kept coming around. Like, you know what I'm
See,
trying
but
to say?
see, that's weird behavior. That's weird tendency, and that's like.
But no,
if,
no,
if
hold on.
somebody's
But,
a
okay,
predator-
let's see. Let's not say weird. Let's look at it from this standpoint. Just hear me out.
Syndrome.
If I did something wrong to you, and you said I did something wrong to you, but you technically come around and let me do it 2 or 3 more times, at that moment in time, like I might think that that's what you want.
We got to understand trauma a little bit better because
Okay.
some people aren't able to verbalize it at first, right? So a situation happened to me in college and I didn't tell anybody, and the guy kept coming around because I never told anybody. So that's all my fault. When situations like this happen, the number one thing, women tend to blame themselves. They be like, oh, I drank too much, I had the wrong outfit on. So they find psychological reasons why they shouldn't tell themselves, why they was wrong, why I was there for. I was embarrassed. I didn't want to say what happened. I had a boyfriend at the time. I felt like it was my fault. The only thing that saved me was I actually had it on video by mistake because we was just in my room getting drunk and we was on my laptop and I left it on record. We went to a party. When I came back, my computer was still on record. So the only thing that saved me is that it was literally on camera and I was like, no, but I was drunk, but I'm still like, no, get away, like, no. But you could hear me saying no. But long story short, I didn't tell people because it was my fault. I felt like, why the fuck did I get that wasted? I should have never been that drunk. Now, mind you, it was a group setting and we were on the car and all type of stuff. There's factors that go into it, but I blame myself. But I will say I would never go out now, 20 years later, removed and tell and try to get him in trouble or tell that. If I do tell the story, it would be so other women feel comfortable, know that there's factors that go into it, but I wouldn't do it to try to damage anybody's reputation.
Here's what I want to say. Women look at the lens of the world between right and wrong. And for me, as a man, I look for why in the outcome. So I give an example, right? So let's say if I tell Juju got $300,000 worth of necklaces. And I'm like, where you going? Juju like, man, I'm going to Bankhead for a meeting. Yo, Juju, don't wear your chains. If Juju gets robbed on TV, on camera for his chains, it's going to be 2 sentiments. It's going to be either people saying, man, them dudes is fucked up people, or why the fuck Juju wear his chain? You see what I'm trying to say? So sometimes you might say, Tamira, that's wrong. Just because it's wrong doesn't mean it didn't happen and I didn't get punished for it. You know what I'm trying to say? I think a lot of the times we get caught up in right or wrong. So it's like a woman should be able to wear whatever she wants and no one should touch her. That is real. We agree with that, right?
Absolutely.
But we all know that that's not how the world works.
Yeah.
Right? We know that. And as a man, if I'm going to protect you, then I got to protect you from, I got a daughter. I protect my daughter from perverts, from predators, from all of that shit. But I also got to protect her by telling her, mama, pull your pants down. Mama, you can't dress like that. Miyoki, you can't do that. You're a girl. You can't do those things, right? Trying to protect her from the world.
Yeah.
I think it's just a process of us. I think the hardest part about this is us learning how to communicate and communicate, but then also process, like emotionally be able to process. Because like I think it's not even that the world is slow. We just don't, as a human, as a people, we don't know how to communicate and process emotions the same. And our processing of emotions is so fucked up. Like you have one instance is like, oh, you're too emotional. Another instance, oh, you're not an empath enough for me. Or another one, like I feel like we all just have to be on a blanket side, see that everybody, like from humanity, like we're all one people. Let's be able to communicate, find a fine line for us to be able to walk this line together and communicate and understand that if something bad happens to you, I should be able to feel that and process that in the same capacity that you felt it.
I agree. Everything you're saying is right. My only thing that we're just not acknowledging that there's a way to handle it that feels like you really want
The right
justice, and there's a way to handle it where it feels like you really wanted to get paid.
Do you think 50 is taking advantage of the situation, like
I
as
think
another
50 is just
black
making it
man?
fun. I think 50. I think
He putting light on the situation.
He's been doing that to Puff since the beginning of time.
Right.
So I think 50 is on brand.
Yeah, this is another, like, this is fuel to the fire of him being an asshole.
I'm just tired of not giving the victim any responsibility. Like if Puff met a girl walk into the bathroom and he beat the shit out of that girl, didn't know it, man, the whole world will come on his ass. Right. But you was in a relationship with him for 10 years. And in that relationship, there were times where you loved him. And he probably didn't trust you and the outcome of your relationship probably proves it because you left with the trainer. You see what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like, I just feel like we're not giving enough information to everything. And I don't want to punish Cassie because I was around Puff and Cassie.
But I feel like the problem in this society is like nobody's ever going to give you enough time to process information. Like, it's going.
I know, I get that. But what I'm saying is that still doesn't mean that Jack got to go on his fucking phone and say, Puff needs to go. Like, it's like, to me, it's like I'm one of people who's like, wait for the facts.
But how many? So, but this is the reality, right? Especially in social media era. How many people, like, if you do some fucked up shit, how many people are actually gonna care about hearing your side of the story? If it's already out there that you did some fucked up shit,
I would.
Who cares
I think
about
no,
that?
what I'm saying. But let's be honest.
Most
how many
people don't care about the truth
Most people
after
don't
that.
even like the
No,
truth.
I just finished. I was just watching Russell Simmons' interview that he did, saying he didn't do nothing to them women.
He said he took 9 lie detector tests.
Yeah, like
and
at some point in time.
But how many people you think who said? How many people do you think actually just said fuck it and wrote him off and said I don't care? He's a like they
70%.
identified him as a predator.
70%.
And so that,
Right.
but that's the problem, right? That's the
I
problem.
agree,
And
but that's what I'm addressing. I'm like, if we're gonna have a mic, my thing is don't overreact without getting all the facts. Like I'm telling you, I've been through it.
But that's scary. We live in a world where we have screenshots, we have the recordings, we have everything, and females will still lie. Like,
Yes.
what are we
Yes,
really up
you know why
against?
they gonna lie? You know why they gonna lie? Because they
Not females,
know
people.
people are going to believe them, even if no one had a police report. My homegirl got raped. She called me crying, told me who the guy was, everything. I was like, and by the way, most women are raped by someone they know.
Mm-hmm.
It's not random. So this is a guy that she's been hanging out with, and they actually had sex before. So I'm like, what would make him think that he raped you if y'all fucked? Well, because I told him I didn't want to do certain things, and he did it, and I woke up and he did it. And I'm like, well, I don't know what's gonna happen, but you should still tell the police. And I told her that. I would tell. Listen, if I did it, I want somebody to call the police on me, bro. If I do wrong, I don't want nothing, but I don't condone lying just because you're loud. Because I just had it happen to me. Like this is some real shit. I'm gonna tell y'all. I didn't think women were capable of lying. I know that sounds very dumb.
capable of lying.
Yeah.
Come on.
Hey, where we going with this
No,
one?
hear me out, y'all.
Right.
What I mean by that
That's
is like,
tough,
what I
right?
mean by that is like, no, hear me out. What I mean by that is like, I always looked at women as the greatest species of us.
Yeah.
I always looked at women as the better version of us. So if I come in here and I ask Chad something, Chad's answer, I'm gonna expect slightly different than I respect Sarah's. Sarah's a girl. Like, you understand what I'm trying to say?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just don't think Sarah will lie to me. Like, I don't know why I feel like that. So me seeing a woman lie is like shocking to me. Cause dog, I have the recording. I had a young lady who was telling people I was doing stuff to her. I have a recording of her saying, "Hey, daddy," after telling everybody that. She just liked the nigga. And when she realized I didn't like her back, it was almost like embarrassment. How many days do you get not like back, Jack?
Not often, but it happens sometimes.
Shut the fuck up, Jack.
See
I
what I'm
need
trying
a
to say?
number on this one.
Niggas like him, we gotta watch.
No.
But I'm just saying though, as a man, we're used to being rejected. As a man, we're used to getting rejected. As a man, you get the girl that you can get. You don't think these niggas don't know their girls ain't cute? That's the best I can get,
That's
nigga.
wild, right?
That's the best I can get. Because if you don't believe me, look at anybody's
First
picture
baby
before
mother.
success and after success. The women look totally different. That's because before success, that's the best he could get.
was getting what
And
you
after
could.
success, he got what he really wanted.
Low hanging fruit. He was getting weight.
It is the truth. A man has to work to get the woman he wants. A woman has to work on herself. Physical most of the time. If a woman is bad and fine and got a nice body and all that other stuff, she feels like, I'm fine, I deserve everything. Men, on the other hand, if I want a certain woman, I know I got to go get a certain amount of money to get it. Do you not know that?
I've heard that.
That's not your case?
Nah, not me.
Really?
That's Burgundy
That's
Jack.
lying.
Race, really?
He's lying.
How?
Ray wants a vote.
Come on, Jack. Jack.
All right.
Jack,
You
I
still
agree
take
with
shots.
you.
How
Asked
many
me
you make?
about me.
kinda-
I agree with
So
what
Jack,
you're
we
saying.
kind of talked about it earlier, right? So this is we're having a conversation we all did about the dates, right? We were talking about first dates, right? And there's certain women that you'll take on a certain type of first date because you know the type of woman, the caliber of woman that you're dealing with, and there's certain type of date you'll take another woman on a date on date, right? So the reason Ray says you're lying is the time when you was broke, there was certain type of dates you'll probably go on where a certain woman,
Or certain types of moves you make. Doug, you are not the same person that came in here a year ago to help. You're not the same person. Now you're like, this is burgundy. Dog, like that takes putting in work, confidence, feeling safe in your environment, saying, I'm going to be myself. What I'm telling you is this, is that, Tamira, let me ask you a question. Do you think you can go into any bar in America and meet any man and sleep with him that night? Yes or no?
Wait, no. I could if I
this
wanted
last
to.
person talking.
Yes. Yes. Men do not say no.
Sarah,
you could go up to them and just be like, put your number in the phone.
You want, yes or no?
Right?
Right?
Men are easy,
even
Sarah.
if it's
Men
getting
are
his
easy.
attention, you can get any man you want, right?
Yes, because men are whores.
Men
and
don't
they have
think
low
like
standards.
That. The only men that think like that are the men that got money.
I ain't gonna lie, Ray. I'll shoot my
agree with
shot.
that.
Thank you,
Ray, you done
Juju.
seen me shoot mine. I don't give a
I
damn.
see you
I
shoot
throw
your
that motherfucker
shot.
from half
What I'm
court.
telling you is
My
you ain't
half court.
you ain't shot your shot at J-Lo.
I ain't
You
been
ain't
around
shot
He
your
you.
would.
shot.
That's what he's saying. He would if he could.
Hey,
He right
Ray, I
there.
ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
believe it.
You get.
I don't believe it. I don't believe you get in the room with J-Lo and you shoot your shot. I believe that you shoot your shot where you think you can hit it.
Ray,
Men do. I don't think men shoot their shot where they think.
I'm a baseball player, right? Baseball, you shoot you
Averages.
bat 300, you go to the Hall of Fame.
I will give
Career
Juju
average.
credit. Juju definitely is a ladies' man. I'll give it to you.
I
I'm
got a
letting that
question. You shoot
motherfucker
10 shots,
fly.
how many you make?
At least 40.
Okay, that's pretty
Jack?
good.
At least I'm hitting.
If you shoot 10 shots, how many would you make when you were a
In
single
my
man?
prime,
In your prime. Okay.
probably about 90.
That's cap.
I think I'm the
That's
only
cap.
person
Because I'm a
that's
debonair ass
outside of
nigga and I
me.
still like I know.
That's
I got-
you.
I'm
You
about
ain't
40,
me.
50.
I've seen y'all both out.
Outside. Thank you, Ray. You
If you do shoot shots.
You
I'm a
asked me
sniper.
about in the past.
Jack, I'm like Steph Curry, but I'm still like I still know my limitations. Ray see me. I know my limitations. I'm
That's
like
why you
Steph
shoot
though.
from half court.
But I let
Right.
that motherfucker fly. I'm like from half court, I'm like 40%. From 3-point range, I'm like 69, 70.
All right, well, in my prime, I was 90.
alrighty
Go to
then.
the next subject.
Speaking of
On that
shooting your
note,
shot.
by the way,
That's fair.
You ain't going in the Hall of Fame though. Speaking of shooting your shots, so Ashanti and Nelly spent the block. There are rumors that Ashanti and Nelly are pregnant, but there's a girl who is going viral for saying that Ashanti has settled for becoming a baby mother. One, do you think that these guys are having a kid, and do you think that this is a good move for them as a couple?
I don't give a damn what they do with their life, honestly, personally. But however, because for context, I feel like if he love her, like shit, that's they prerogative.
Don't waste your
I wouldn't-
peak years with Mr. Jackson and then come back to me, get me pregnant, and make me a baby
Let's
mother.
not forget, Nelly still got apple bottom money, and he's still getting the bag. So like, I don't think Ashanti's complaining about being a baby mother, quote unquote baby mother. Like that's not like a situation.
Why?
Why would I wait that long?
My question is, why do you care, young lady?
Because it's not her.
No.
Well, I know why she cares, because as women in our 30s, we get all this pressure about having kids, and then if you do have a kid at a certain age, why did you wait and you still not a wife? So to see somebody like Ashanti, who I believe they broke up because he didn't want to marry her, spin a block later and then give him a
Probably
kid,
went
and he
outside.
still
So,
don't want
let
to
me
marry
ask you a
her.
She
question.
realized the streets-
Is there a possibility that Ashanti went outside, dated a few men, and realized nobody had the chemistry? Because just because a man marries you doesn't mean that that's the man for you.
Oh, married couples hate each other the most. That's my theory.
Women be getting married
theory on that.
and then be wondering like that, like,
I settled for my husband.
yes, like you should be more worried about the relationship, because there are people that are married that hate each other, and there's people that are not married that are fucking in love. But the way society, more or less women in society downplay women. I always say this: if a man walked in, he was a billionaire, and he had 100 girls outside in the bus, and they was all his. Us men in here be like, boy, good for him. Like he killing it. If a woman comes in here as a billionaire, women gonna be like, she ain't happy
she
though.
do, yeah.
She ain't got no man.
Not
Where's your
with those
husband?
shoes on, not with that
Like,
hair.
that's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like women gotta stop being so. I feel like women have been so hard on each other, and now they've clicked up and start getting on everybody else. Why are we not talking about the Saucy Santana saying that the girl ain't fine because she ain't got a BBL? How do you feel about that? How do the women in the room feel about a gay man who emulates you guys, saying one of you are not? He don't want to be around because she's not fond of because she don't have surgery.
Well,
How you feel?
just like in general, I feel like women are all right. So Black women in particular have a strange relationship with the gay community because we're so kind of entwined in our culture and our lingo and how we talk. It's disappointing to see anybody, gay, Black or not, try to say that like women with natural bodies just like you not it, like you're not that girl because you don't have it.
But he said that though.
Yeah, he did, and he couldn't stand next to me in a room. Like I bet you I could get all your niggas tonight.
So why women?
Wait,
not,
you think you could get his gay?
Like what? Not saying that, but like if he had put his baddest BBL bitch next to me, I bet you I could pull all her niggas too. Like a nigga never said I'm not fucking you because you don't have a BBL.
I gotta stop you because we just established that women think they can get any man they want.
Yeah, I agree. Yep.
But let's talk about the fact that this man, because he is a man, said that. To me, that's equivalent to a white guy we let in our culture telling another black person, you ain't black enough because you ain't got gold teeth in your mouth and chains on. And if that white person did that, we would we would destroy him. He would be dead in our culture, right or wrong. Yeah. But so in my mind, it feels like a lot of misguided anger. It feels like all like anger is aimed at straight men.
Because it's two type of.
Because let me say that. Let me, Ray Daniels.
Oh yeah, they would have ate you up.
Say, oh, I don't want her next to me. She ain't got no BBL. She ain't fine. Man, now this podcast will be shut down. These protesters outside. Let me say that.
Yeah, the
we
gays
know
do
that,
things
right?
we can't. Yeah,
that's my point. My point is that it feels like society now is becoming faces
all booties
of
matter
people
for the record.
who can decide, who pick and choose what they want to say and how they say it, and as long as they say it, we let them get away with it. And to me, that is scary, guys.
I mean, it is. Santana's interesting because he has some good conversations. Then he has some that just throw me off.
By the way, I fuck with him.
I'm about to say he had said something on another interview he did where he talked about he wouldn't want to raise a gay son.
Yeah, I saw
and it was interesting. It was an interesting perspective coming from him being a gay man, talking about he wouldn't want to raise a gay son because of things he had to deal with growing up, and he wouldn't want to put a child to be persecuted in this new environment under like just the world we live in now. He wouldn't want that child to have to come up in this world.
Gays have more rights than straight black people. Like gays have rights that he'll be okay, especially in this climate.
I'm just wondering why he not getting like, because my mind when he said
where's
that, I was
his
like,
backlash?
ooh, they about to get him. And because even you know how this shit goes, and certain people do shit, you like, oh, let me see how this is gonna play out. Because I'm like, man, he's a girl advocate, but that was the first time, and maybe because he didn't know a camera was rolling, whatever it was, and I seen him say he was playing. But my thing is to me, that's like Eminem saying that. Eminem saying, I don't want that. He ain't no real black person. Give me a black girl. Give me a beautiful. Like it's like they would kill him. I just can't believe that they didn't attempt to. It's crazy.
You also
and by the way, I fuck with him. I just think that he says something, and I'm like, and then he.
But Ray, you also gotta look at who, like the women that listen to his music.
Tamira, you listen to his music?
Ghettos, I don't know.
No, but it's the BBL, like majority, like his friends.
Oh, that's smart.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't think about that.
Yeah.
Like, so I mean, that's probably why nobody, like, there's not enough people who've heard that, like, they don't straight to him, but there's not enough people
offended.
who are like, oh my gosh, Santana. They don't really give a fuck that Santana
Yeah,
said that about him.
I'm just wondering why, like, if Puff said that, we would have killed him before all this drama went out.
If Chris Brown would come out and say some shit like that, oh, it's up.
Oh my hitmaker.
But it's up.
But I think going back to your question, if Nelly, spun the block and shot the club up, like, why shouldn't anyone care?
Right.
That's their life. They
know
went
the
through.
kid ain't gonna have no worries.
They went through what they went
They
through.
gonna be together. And by the way, they look happy.
And ain't shit wrong with
Why
spinning the
can't
block.
people be happy without marriage? Why can't people just be happy? And that's not a question for men. That's a question for ladies.
I got a
Because
question.
I've never heard a man say he ain't happy.
Why we make spinning the block
on.
such a bad thing? Like, sometimes, you got to spin the block. Like, sometimes
you got to go outside and realize what you really had at home.
yeah, like,
Yeah, go back
you
home.
might go.
How long you supposed to wait for a nigga to realize?
It's not about waiting, but sometimes it's about destiny and fate. If it's meant to be, it happens.
And we are all on God's timing. And if they get married, maybe they want to get married, but she don't want to walk down the aisle pregnant. Mm-hmm. It could be so many reasons for why, but it's none
Maybe
of
they don't believe in
our
marriage.
fucking business.
Maybe at one point she believed in marriage. Now she's like, oh, that's just a legal binding document that you're my actual life partner now.
I saw this guy who was 105 years old, and they said, what's the key to you being happy and successful in life?
I minded my own business.
Minded my own business.
Hey, man.
Like the fact that young lady called me and cursed at me because I said it feels like this is crazy to me.
It's amazing how much your opinion can affect
Other people. I
the
don't
livelihood
understand
of other
that.
people.
Somebody can sit down and say, Ray, I hate you. I think you're the worst person alive. Okay, that's how you feel. I know I'm not like that. Now, if you told me something that triggered me and I reacted, that mean I'm triggered. That might be to be a little truth.
I get DMs all the time. Like if you say something wild, they'd be like, "You just sat there and let him say it." That's a grown ass man.
Right.
It affect me. I don't
But
give
I
a
always
fuck.
tell people, watch the whole clip. I feel like people just hear the opening line and just start writing. They don't even let the
gotta go
thought
see
finish.
clips because I'm like, I want to see, because before I respond, I gotta go see what was said in all contexts. And to me, obviously, we know we're good at our job, so we know how to give you just enough to make you want to see more or at least feel something, which is what we're doing. But bro, it's no malice on nobody. It's no malice in the heart of nobody on this couch. I love Cassie. I love Puff. I love all of us as human beings. I love everybody. I have no problem. It's only probably 1 or 2 people in the world who I don't fucking care about. The rest, I don't have a problem with. So for me, when I see, it's like family members. If I see my brother, my boy cousin and my female cousin arguing, I'm not going to take the female side because she's a female. I'm going to always try to figure out both sides. And I feel like we just don't do that in society. And I think that we're going to have, I'm telling you, it's about to be a cleanse. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be like filthy rich people and just poor people. It's going, because what's going to happen is that people with money are gonna start building fortresses around themselves and not wanting to come outside. Because the one thing Russel Simmons said that I'm like, I never thought about. He said, I have 3 charities that were doing such great work, and after these women came out and lied on me, my charities have their productivity has went down so much. So people don't even understand. Sometimes you hurting yourself. By thinking that you hurt somebody else. And I had to learn that, by the way, because I was one of the people in the mob with the fire stick saying, kill him. And then I had to realize this shit ain't right. So for me, I was once that person. I'm not a person that's always been on the side of these people. I'm just like, damn, bro, it's crazy, man. I mean, somebody could lie right now on any one of us and alter our life.
Yeah. I had to sue my old job one time, and when I went to court, they didn't even ask for nothing. Like, they just let me file the paperwork. I'm like, you don't need no proof. You don't need a text message, an email, nothing. So anybody could go to file, and that was a big thing, too. But moving on, we got a different type of beef. We got sample beef. So Boosie tells Rod Wave that he wants $200K and 25% of his record if he doesn't want to get sued. You gonna pay me for emotional damage from Instagram and everything.
This nigga trying to do hood politics in the music business. Crazy work. You not getting.
So let me say this.
You gotta own your shit.
I want to say this.
You don't own the shit.
Number one, here's my problem with this Boosie Rod Wave situation. It's not Boosie fault or Rod Wave fault. There are people like myself, like Juju, who work behind the scenes, and our job is to catch that and feel it. Like, when you hear it, you're supposed to be able to, someone's supposed to be able to call Rod Wave and say, hey, did you sample this record? If Rod Wave says no, then if Boosie can prove in court that he sued him, he gonna get paid out the ass. And he can take right now, if I'm on Rod Wave's side, I'm his manager, I'm like, bro, give him whatever he wants. Because he can make our life so difficult.
But Boosie don't, but the thing is, Boosie doesn't own his publishing. He owns part of his publishing.
No, hold on. Is he in a publishing deal?
He's in a pub deal. So like,
but he's still
no,
owns publishing.
so he's a co-pub. So
yeah, but you still own your publishing.
But hold on,
co-pub.
the part what he's trying to get, because it's an interpolation. It's not even a full sample.
Yeah,
it's interpolation. So the part that he's trying to get back from him, he doesn't own that. So Rod went through the proper channels to get shit cleared, and he said it wasn't even Boosie that he had to talk to. It was a whole different.
Oh, so he cleared it.
Yes.
Oh, then this
so
is what Boosie can say.
That's what I say. He's using hood politics. Boosie's like, nah, you got to pay me for using my shit.
That's the case. Then what Boosie doing is whack.
Yeah, that's why.
If it's clear, it's on him. But man, this is. I'm telling y'all.
He was like, big bro, you could have called me because like I fuck with you that heavy that like, and Rod's a solid nigga.
Yeah, but I'm not saying he not. But I'm saying if he cleared it, he cleared it. Like, matter of fact, what's the song? I can tell you if it's clear right now. What's the name of the song?
I forgot. I don't know the name of the song.
Somebody look up the song. I'll tell you if it's clear right now.
Well, Fat Joe went on and said that he's never sued anybody over
Fat Joe is fucking tripping. And I'm a Fat Joe fan. That was the first time I was like, he bugging. He can't, like, just because you said lean back and someone said shoulder lean doesn't mean they bit you. But can I be honest with you?
That's a reach, yeah.
Can I be honest with you? My thing that I would say, what Fat Joe did right there is, to me, why New York fell off. And the reason why I said it is because
Jack paid
hip, huh?
I'm listening.
Oh no, the reason why, yeah, look at it. Look for me. The reason why New York fell off because Fat Joe is so removed from Southern culture that he said that frivolous. Like, I don't blame Parlay for responding. Nigga, sue me then. Nigga, they gonna laugh at you. You can't sue nobody because you cannot sue nobody because they said a word that you said. Show the lean with it. Rock. Like, come on, bro.
That's
Right.
Come on, bro. Like, you didn't own the word lean. You didn't own it, and now you. And to me, it's like, I know where Fat Joe was going, but that was the one time. That is the penalty of talking in front of a mic and not having an editor right behind it.
But I think also
He's on live. Ain't no way he said it. It's screenshotted. It's out there. And I guarantee, if I was with Fat Joe, I'd be like, yo, bro, you know you're wrong, right?
But I think what's funny now though is like even
long journey.
you talking about it's called what?
I got it. Go ahead.
So I think even now that in music in general, like majority of every major hit that you've seen on the radio in the last 10, 15 years are mostly interpolations of shit. And there's samplings of different things that are in it. So the funny part is like when they go back to the original, like let's say Fat Joe made a record. Fat Joe might have had a sample of his shit that he didn't even realize was a sample because he didn't produce it. So it's funny as hell now that people like when in the Boosie situation where you're like, hey bro, you got to pay me for emotional support and blah blah blah. It's like, nigga, you did a deal 10, 15 years ago for your pub.
His name ain't in the credits. They didn't clear it. His name ain't in the credits. If they cleared the song, every writer from that song will be in the credits.
But not if you don't own the publisher. If he sold, if he sold his master,
even dog. I've done 100 publishing deals. Only time you don't own your publishing is if you sell it.
So that's what I'm saying.
You might not own the rights to it. That doesn't mean you don't own it.
So did you see what Rod said? Rod said that they actually when he went to go clear it, that Boosie is not the owner of it.
But here's the thing: if you clear a Tehran song right now, you're not talking to Tehran.
Correct.
We know that already. That's what I'm saying. He went Boost like.
No, he's saying Alamo cleared it. Rod said Alamo cleared the record.
His name is not in the credits.
Does Boosie own his publishing? Is the next question.
By the way, he only way he doesn't own his publishing is if he sold it.
But that's what I'm saying.
But if he's in a publishing deal, yes, he does. No one in a publishing deal doesn't own their publishing. Okay. They don't own the rights to the admin rights to their publishing.
Correct.
They own their pub, meaning I'm with Sony. Sony
is
administers my publishing, or I'm in a co-pub, which means that I can't take my percentage and sell it to somebody else. Sony has rights to collect on worldwide rights to collect on my behalf.
Correct.
If Boosie is in a publishing deal, he still owns his publishing.
I don't know if Boosie's in publishing. What I'm saying is I think Boosie sold his publishing. So that be the case. So because Rod said
he sold his catalog.
Yes.
Okay. See,
because Rod came out.
He sold his catalog. Then even if he did sell his catalog, he still has to clear it and put his name.
I'll give you a great example. Right. I'll give you a great example, and this is from personal. Right.
Okay.
So I have the Shotgun Gunner record coming out. Right. SARS produced it. We went to go get Niles Rodgers. Niles Rodgers sold his catalog, and he's also managed by
Hypnosis,
right?
Merck.
Yeah.
So the problem is by him selling their catalog for whatever price he sold it for, they're trying to recoup on everything on the catalog.
Oh yeah, but
so that being said, so if he's trying to, so now when I try to get Niles Rodgers on the record, I can't get him on the fucking record because they're trying to tax me arm and leg just for him to play the guitar. They're trying to recoup on shit that they already paid for.
That's true. That's different though.
So
they bought something.
Correct.
Because these new companies, they have also fucked their game.
Oh, they fucked the game.
Because there were like when a publisher owns your stuff, a publisher is going to charge you what they charge you, right? So I'll give you an example. The most I've ever paid to clear a sample was, I think I paid $5,000 for a Michael Jackson sample. Can it be I stayed away too long? I paid $5,000 for that, and they took 100% of the publishing, right? That's it. But now I went to go clear a song on my artist Kane. The clearance, the fees to clear it was $18,000. Yeah. Not the producer fee.
Oh, they charged me $50.
Oh no, they charged me $50. So these new companies that are buying catalog are taxing all the artists who are sampling that catalog in a way that they've never been taxed before.
So that's why, I was like, when they said that, I was like, well, you know what? It works just fine without them on there.
Well, I just cleared a sample just now for my artist. I paid the producer $5,000 for the song. I paid $11,000 for the sample. I've never seen that. And have you ever seen that with a sample? The clearance costs more than the production? That's never happened.
Because DMG normally do it, and they come back and give you.
But these companies are publisher companies. They know how to make the money. They know what's that. These people from these money people that bought catalogs.
The hedge funds people
hedge funds people that bought catalogs for high multiples. Oh, if you try to clear something from them,
this is really real estate.
oh
Okay.
no,
but
it's crazy.
It's fucked up.
It's crazy.
So what's the long-term effect of that?
The long-term effects, and now you got people like Niles Rodgers, who I tried to get like to do
I
a
don't
create a
know.
moment. I can't even like. It hurt me because I was like, bro, I think this is gonna be an amazing record. But then it's like the business side of it, they fucking up his future earnings because they're like they gave him so much money up front. They're trying to recoup on the back end of all that stuff that they gave him.
So,
like,
so if I had to guess, I think that I think artists are gonna start sampling less, or we're gonna see a lot more Boosie and Rod Wave situations because after
we had the same thing with Beyonce. Beyonce had the same issue with was it Nivea? No, it wasn't Nivea. It was Khalees.
Yeah,
she had the same issue. She was like,
but that's what I'm saying.
You didn't reach out to me. She was like, I didn't have to.
But
you
she
didn't own
the pub.
No,
Pharrell and them own it.
She
I think
doesn't own the admin rights. I want y'all to because I don't want to confuse anybody. Let me tell you what I mean. So Tamira, I get an email anytime one of my writers or producers needs to get something cleared. I get an email and I have to approve it.
Right.
I approve it. I approve 10 things a week that Tehran has no idea about because those usually are attached to money. The problem was they cleared it, and then Khalees was probably offended, made it loud, and they was like, take it off. So she hurt the people that was with her, but she probably rather show that Beyonce, because there's a few artists out here that probably are jealous of Beyonce's success and want to downplay her. Trust me, I've been around. That's what I'm saying, guys. I've been around superstars, in the room with stars that have told me Beyonce's biting me, and I'm like, if you ever said that out loud, your life would be over. You know what I'm trying to say? I'm just being honest. So it's just one of them things where it's like, I don't know, bro. It's about to be some shit. We're gonna have some real problems. But to back what you're saying, they probably emailed someone with Boosie. Probably his brother, who he's not talking to, and his brother's job is probably to approve everything because that's how the money stays from. Like, because if I don't approve it, then they can't use it. Every writer has to be approved.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's probably just some BS, but Khalees got it approved. And then it was also probably her voice that got sampled. She probably don't own the master. So I feel like we be kind of misleading the people when saying they don't own their publishing. They do own their publishing. They just don't own the rights.
Yeah.
The administrative rights to collect on your behalf. That is a deal that you can't get away from.
All right. So another thing I want to talk about real quick is Thug's trial is under wraps, and the big thing that's coming from this is lyrics being used, like from your records being used.
That ain't the big thing. First of all, the shit that just happened that was so wild. You seen when the one of the witnesses said they seen Thug's brother in the court. And he's
They're throwing this out on purpose.
They literally said, one of the witnesses said, I think
right
he's right there in the back of court. This nigga's in jail right now for 10 years. He was the first person to take a deal.
So Thug's brother is in jail, and one of the witnesses is like, "Oh no!"
And he's like, he said, "I'm pretty sure I see him in the back of the courtroom right now." And everybody was like,
"No,
he's
in jail.
This nigga's in jail." So like it's just showing that a lot of the character witness, like they're building a case on a lot of shit that's like iffy at best.
My thing is this, and I hate to say this because I know it goes against everything everybody believes, but if John Gotti produced Goodfellas. And it was, by the way, Goodfellas is one of the best mafia movies of all time. And John Gotti produced it. And that was based on his life. And we found out that there was some similarities in John Gotti's life and things that was in Goodfellas. I think that should be used against him.
You think it should be?
It should. If you're
but it's not. It's
fiction.
fiction.
I'm just saying, where do you draw the line?
If you are, that's my point. If you are committing crimes have records, right? Like I can't shoot at Chad and someone not recollect, even if there's bullet casings, there are ways to say I shot at him. Crimes, but if I shot at him and then I did a song saying shot at a nigga named Chad, he won't look my way again. At some point in time, like I gotta take ownership that I said it.
But it's a dramatization too, though.
No, bro, you talking to a dude that was my guys wrote Man Down. Rum pa pa pum, rum pa pa pum, rum pa pa pum. We wrote like that's like I get that, but if Tehran actually shot a man in Central Station, and he rapped about it, and I didn't know, and he gave it to Rihanna, I would be like, what the fuck were you thinking?
Right, you
Why would
incriminating
you
yourself.
incriminating yourself?
But I think.
By the way, listen, I'm with. Listen,
So do you think they should still be able to use lyrics? Like I think
no,
lyrics.
I don't think they should be able to use lyrics. I think they should be
Because they use
lyrics that are tied directly to a crime.
But you can't say it's tied directly to a crime because then it's like.
I can because I can say a crime happened. So like the line that they're using when they're saying
Right.
shot at his mom. Like,
Or he just might be a rainmaker. He might.
But here's my thing. Even if I'm not saying my thing is this. That could have been JoJo that shot at his mom. The minute that I rap about it and you know I have problems with him, at that moment I'm incriminating myself. It's the truth. It's like it's not about it's like this is logic. This is like
But we also say that we respect rappers more because they are telling the truth.
truth.
They're rapping what they're living, no cap in their rap.
That's
So-
my point. So it's kind of like rap on the other hand. Like Fat Joe said he lied at 95% of his raps.
Mm-hmm.
But it's one thing I could tell y'all for a fucking fact. Fat Joe and his crew don't fucking play.
Mm-hmm.
Am I lying?
That's a fact.
They don't play. So even if you are lying in your raps, that's cool. But his crew don't play and nobody fucking plays with Fat Joe. We know where these rappers are from. And I get it. But Fat Joe, if you did something and you made a song about it, at that moment, I'm like, you gotta be dumb. And you understand what I'm trying to say? Like, it's like,
I get it.
Listen,
I get it.
But by the way, this is me just saying that there is this, you know what it is? Whether it's right or wrong, it goes back to what I said to me about females, right? Like, I think it is wrong to persecute a man based on something he said for entertainment.
Okay.
I think that is wrong, right? If he says something on entertainment to persecute him, I think it's wrong. But I also would say to him or anybody else, if you did it, don't talk about it because it can come back and haunt you. It just can, Juju.
I didn't say it couldn't.
can.
My thing is as a like.
It's not about right or wrong. It's
but-
about common sense.
You're correct. It's not about right or wrong, but it's about black and white, right? And the black and white part about it is the First Amendment literally says freedom of speech. So freedom of speech and expression.
But you know,
so
freedom of
but hold
speech is
on,
wrong.
but hold on. But freedom of speech and expression. If I can say I can literally go in front of a police station and say fuck you, and you can't do anything because I said fuck you. Now if I go and I organize and have a group of motherfuckers with me and we create a mob, now it's I'm saying fuck you, but I've also incited a riot. So now I'm breaking the law. So my thing is like if I just say fuck you, there's nothing wrong with me saying fuck you. There's now the context behind me saying fuck you. If I say fuck you, and then you see that there's graffiti on the front of the police station that says fuck you. Well, Juju just came out here and said fuck you, and now later on we have fuck you right across. Well, I got to put two and two together and say Juju said it.
Let me ask you a question. I got to ask a question. By the way, I don't know this. I'm just asking this for the room. There are a few New York drill artists that are in jail right now.
Mm-hmm.
Free K Flock.
I think Sleepy Hollow,
K
Flock.
He did it on camera though. That's not.
That was self-defense. That was self-defense.
He did that shit on camera.
No. I'm not here to say.
That shit was on camera.
It was a
Hold on,
barbershop.
hear me out. I'm only saying that to you to say that it's happening to smaller rappers right now, and it's not being such a big deal because Thug is a global superstar. So I think that's why it's so serious, because we probably have had rappers do it, but they didn't make it to where Thug made it to.
But this is gonna set the precedent.
So I'll give you a great example, right? One of the lyrics they used the record, Take It to Trial, right? And the opening statement, she literally went through the verse of Take It to Trial. And I was like, so because he made a song called Take It to Trial for all the other black men are in jail, that he's like, all right, if you end up in a situation and there's a group of motherfuckers, take it to trial. Figure out how you can, like, I'm going to tell you how to take it to trial. But they decided to use that as the opening statement. My thing is, you can't use that artistic expression against him and saying, oh, he already said fuck the DA, fuck the law.
Can I say something though? But here's the thing. You can. And she's showing that you can. That's my point. Listen, bro, I'm not talking from a right or wrong standpoint. That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking from a brother that loves you standpoint. Yeah, I might tell. It's like giving your kid the conversation when they come to dealing with the cops. It doesn't. The fucking guy that fucked with Trayvon Martin, he was wrong. We all know that. Mm-hmm. Trayvon is still dead, bro. It doesn't matter who's right or wrong. I'm talking about outcome. I want them to free Thug. I don't believe it. But what I am saying is don't give them easy access to do it. That's all I'm saying. Like as a this is
Then if
not
that be
about
the
right
case,
or
we might as
wrong.
well like that means the whole like hip hop the genre in itself is just going to evaporate because
No,
like
it's not. Nah.
Wait, hold on. 42
It'll
Doug.
diversify. The people are talking about something different now.
We got hope. 42 Doug says, does what I put out in my music and what I preach in real life have to be the same message, or am I allowed to be an artist?
Say it again. I want to hear it.
Does what I put out in music and what I preach in real life have to be the same message, or am I allowed to be an artist?
You are allowed to be an artist.
I'm not gonna lie though, Ray. So like, and this is where it fucks me up, right? What's my man Woody Harrelson? Is that his name? He's been known to be a pedophile. Like it's documented.
that.
It's documented. That's the old white dude, right?
The one from Cheers and White Man Can't Jump.
No. I'm sorry, not Woody Harrelson. What's his name? Woody Allen.
Woody Allen. That's what you talking about. The one that married his daughter.
Stepdaughter.
He's known to
Yeah.
be a pedophile. Literally made movies about being document.
And then he go to trial?
No, this nigga ain't go to jail.
See, that's what I'm saying.
So like,
still
so
married
ask
to
you a
his
question.
daughter.
I'm gonna ask you a
so my
question.
question is, and I'm sorry, Woody Harrelson. I didn't never like.
No, it's not Woody Harrelson.
I
Woody
know,
Allen.
I'm saying, but I say Woody Harrelson. I just wanted to clear that up.
Clear that up real quick.
I apologize.
We love Woody
I did not-
Harrelson.
It was just a miscommunication, a misunderstanding. But oh, y'all funny as hell.
You better hope he don't sue you for that.
Nah,
Defamation of character.
nah, but
He's retracted it.
Right.
nah, but literally, you've literally made movies and you made art based on this fucked up lifestyle you have. You married your daughter.
Crazy.
But nobody said shit to you. But now because it's a rapper saying that, bro, the evidence they were pulling up, bro, they were like, oh, we found some weed under the car. They were like, well, whose car? We don't know. It was just we found the weed. Well, how much weed you find? Oh, it was a little sack. Okay. They said, okay. The judge was like, okay. So once again, whose car was it? We don't know. Somebody just had it when we got up there. The next thing, they were like, his brother, we went to arrest his brother because we went up there because somebody was up there waving a gun in the air. Okay. Who was waving a gun in the air? Well, it was a drunk man. Did a drunk man have a gun you got there? No, his brother had it in his waistband.
I got to ask you a question. Because I understand where you are. Let me ask you a question. Do you think there is a responsibility that artists need to have with what they say on record?
Yes.
Tell me what that
To a
responsibility.
certain extent.
No, I'm asking. I'm asking.
I say yes to a certain extent, right? Like you don't have like art is still art, right? And the moment I tell you to eclipse your imagination, to clip it off, and like don't tell a story, don't elaborate on a story, because your greatest MCs, Biggie has said some wild shit, like dead ass. Biggie even said wild shit. Nas has said wild shit.
But here's the thing, though. Okay, let me ask you a question.
So I think the difference is
one of Biggie's favorite songs. One of my favorite Biggie songs is "I Got a Story to Tell." Right?
said some wild shit.
Nigga, I'm in that ass while they play against the Utah Jazz on 112 CD blast, roll the grass. Like he's rapping about messing with another nigga girl. Here's the ironic part. You know who told us it was Anthony Mason? Fat Joe. Fat Joe the one that said he's talking about Anthony Mason on that song.
Wow.
We
That's
knew that
fucked
for
up.
years, though.
Huh?
knew
I
that
didn't
for
know
you.
that. I'm out of
Right.
New York. I didn't know that. You see what I'm trying to say? So my point is that Fat Joe said, oh, you talking about Anthony Mason. Bro, when we hear these artists, I was just listening to an interview on my way over here. D-Dot was like, Who Shot You wasn't about Pac. Who Shot You was recorded in 94. Pac got shot in, I think, 95. It was recorded before he was shot. That doesn't mean that we got two men.
But Ray,
By
you
the
just
way,
said it. You
hear me
said
out,
it
hear me
though.
out.
You
Here's
said
another
your
thing, here's
favorite
another thing.
song.
They say famously that Tupac, you ever talk to a true New Yorker? Like a New Yorker, like an OG New Yorker who was around 50 years old, who was in the game in New York in the 90s.
Yes.
All the time.
When they speak about Tupac, they speak with a different vigor than ever. Think about it. Like Clark Kent, man, I don't mess with Tupac. Why? Biggie and him got killed over his lie. He lied. When Tupac said, promise payback to Jimmy Henchman in due time. I know y'all bitch niggas is listening. The world is mine. Set me up, wet me up. Niggas shut me up. Heard the guns bust. But you trick shouldn't shut me up. Touch one of mine on everything I owe. I destroy everything you touch. Play the game, nigga. All out warfare. Like, nigga, I'm fucking 14, 15 years old. I'm like, this nigga got some serious motherfucking issues. Nigga talks about, let me lace his rap and take you back a real live tale about a snitch named Haitian Jack. Nigga, Haitian Jack is till this day is like, that's a lie. He could easily say, that's entertainment. You and I both know this is some mafia shit we dealing with. They handle their business in the streets. We know that. But there has to be a certain amount of secrecy. Let's be clear.
But the mafia didn't have rappers.
I mean, no. Oh, I'm glad you went there. Let's go there. Let's go there. By the way, I studied the mafia. Like I studied it.
Frank Sinatra was saying some wild shit too on his records.
By the way, Frank Sinatra character was considered the character in Goodfellas, in The Godfather, the singer that sung at the wedding. That was considered fake.
Yeah,
we know what.
But I'm saying.
By the way, do you know the story about The Godfather?
What?
Have you ever watched The Offer? Oh my God, you gotta watch it.
Yes, it is.
Dog, when he was making The Godfather, gangsters was coming up. That horse in the bed in The Godfather, that's a real horse, a real dead horse. Them niggas was mafia niggas. They was like, we needed to look real. Bro, he had to pay the mob. Let's be clear. No one knew the mob exists. They were a myth until Godfather, right? They were a myth. Now, if you know the story of the mob, the reason why they was able to get them with the RICO Act was because they filmed them having a commission meeting, right? When they caught him at the commission meeting, Paulie Castellano was there. They caught him. He was the leader of all bosses. Who killed him?
Gotti.
Nigga, how we know that? Because everybody knew it. You see what I'm trying to say? John Gotti came, and then that's when the mafia became sexy. They became hood heroes. John Gotti was the first time there was, like, do y'all not think there's a mob right now?
Of course.
Of course there is. Who's the leader of the mob right now?
We don't
no
know.
idea.
No one knows. We all knew who Gotti was because he wanted it that way. Teflon Don. We knew what it was, but guess what? That was also his demise.
Right.
Paulie Castellano got killed by Gotti. Nigga, because you see what I'm trying to say, guys? Like it's like when you put yourself out there, if you're gonna be a criminal, you put yourself out there, you're poking the bear. That's all I'm saying. If you are, this ain't got nothing to do with thug. Cause I don't want to speak on a nigga fighting for his life. And not only that, some of my close friends are close friends to him. So it's nothing to do with that. But there is a nigga like Sha Money when he said, I told Bobby, put them guns away. Sometimes you just need a nigga to say this ain't all entertainment. I know it's entertainment to you, but it ain't to them. And they might come get you because let's say I do agree. Let's say I do feel like you're right. Does it change anything? He's still in court fighting for his life. Right. His lyrics used against him because the law said they can. Bro, that's what I'm saying. We can argue about art, but we know that rap is the only genre that is based in truth. We know it's the only genre that is based in truth. R. Kelly was talking about fucking girls his whole career. No one knew he was married until he was getting a divorce. We didn't know R. Kelly was married, did we? When R. Kelly, that sex tape came out, did anybody say, how does his wife feel? We didn't even know he had a wife.
Right.
Facts.
Because he kept it a secret. I'm just saying, if you're going to do something, and he could have easily did a song saying, letter to my wife.
Wait, if the wife would have came out and said, hey, I like all the shit that he does, that would have saved R. Kelly's reputation? Because you said...
No, I'm not worried about reputation. I'm worried about... R. Kelly is different than Puff. Puff did it to a grown woman.
Okay.
R. Kelly did it to kids.
Okay.
Way different.
All right.
But my point still stays. If you're out there doing stupid shit, don't talk about it. If I'm committing a crime, I'm not telling no fucking body. Are you? And I damn sure ain't rapping about it.
Do your dirt by your lonely. Like
what I'm saying. So you gotta take the consequences. Here's what I'm saying, Tamir. If you're gonna take, if you're going, hear me out.
Okay.
This how I'm gonna sum it up. This how I'm gonna sum it up because I want to sum it up. If you're going to rap about your lyrics, you have to face the fact. No, I'm sorry. If you're going to rap lyrics about things you actually did, if you're going to receive the money that comes in from it, you also have to see the consequence that come in from it. Whether someone did it or not, that's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying, as I'm talking directly to your conscience as a human right now. If you did some dirt and you rapped about it, the same way you was counting that money, when you was counting it up, is the same way you got to count them years. Because you gave them probable reason to come after you. That's it. Shaka Zulu, we was in the club. You see when they was coming with the sign, we was trying to show them some love. What'd he do? Not right now. I don't want to poke no bears, Ray. I'm free, I'm happy, but there's still a man that died. There's still a dead person behind this, and I'm not proud of that. So I don't want to celebrate like me being outside because it's still someone that passed away. That's how you do it.
Right.
You don't poke the bear. You don't. What if Shaka said play? What if Shaka was in the club and he played Hit 'Em Up? And he had his shirt up. Fuck your bitch in the clip, you clip. Nigga, we'd be like, you're tripping.
Right. Yeah.
Bring more charges against him. You know, am I tripping or not, right?
Lesson, right?
That's all I'm saying is that No one knows if you did the crimes you rapping about but you.
I'm just saying the lyrics,
And
though.
the people
like,
did the crimes with. I agree. I hate that they're doing it. But I like that they're making us as a culture think about what we say. That's all I'm saying. Cause nigga, it's just one of them things, bro. I'm sorry. Like, and I love all these guys. I love Kevin Lives. I love it all. I love how everybody's fighting. But at the end of the day, we gotta be smarter. Because nobody is America's greatest enemy than a black man with millions of dollars. That's America's greatest enemy. Because he gonna make other black people they can get it. So of course they don't want you up there on top saying all the shit you did. So they gonna look for a hole in your shit. And they found it. And now he, so that's my take.
I'll take that. That was
Message.
I like the way, that was a good one. I'm going on to American's Godfather. So you recently got a chance to sit down with Benzino, have a one-on-one. Recently he was in the headlines because he was talking about how he doesn't have any pride in asking his daughter for money. I want to know, does gender play a role in that? Because I know you personally.
Well, that's what we talked about. So, I interviewed Benzino. He wanted to do a one-on-one interview because he was tired of all of this stuff. So we addressed a lot of things. But that's what I was trying to help him see. I'm like, there is, and by the way, Benzino, gangster, old school gangster. And I'm telling him the same thing. You can't fight the world. You can't fight the world. I know you mad at certain stuff, but you are making shit worse on you and your daughter. And I think I told him, I said, and I want to say because the interview was really good, but I wanted him to see the position, and he wound up seeing it like, damn, Ray, I never thought about it like that.
Go ahead.
Bruh, we got to see the other side. I think our problem is that we only see our side. Like I'm mad because this happened, but we never look at the other side. And all I was saying with the Puff, even when I'm saying with the Thug, everything I'm saying, I'm not saying who's right or wrong. I'm just saying that we got to consider there's another side. When Donald Trump won, I feel like everybody, 95% of black America was like, how? Right?
Because there's another
There was
side.
no way he's supposed to win. Dog, that means you didn't consider there was another side of another person in America who's not like you, who feels differently than you. That's the only way. And I feel like a lot of our problems are happening because we feel like just because we're getting money that you should leave us alone. And no one wants to see a nigga get money and brag on it. That's why the mafia was around for as long as it was, and we didn't know, and nobody fucked with him. And as soon as John Gotti was running out of cars, beating fucking cases, and dressing nice, oh, it was like, holy shit. The crazy part is that if you watch the documentary, they speak about it. They said, and not only that, mafia hits were like quiet. Like, meet me in the woods, and I kill you, shoot you in the back of the head, and put you in the woods. That's what we thought it was. There was no murders in public.
No drive-bys.
No drive-by.
Like
So
that.
for them to kill Paulie Castellano in public and everybody's walking by the dead body, that's a sign. That's a sign. Don't fucking play with us. It's a new boss here. That way he did it like that. That's why he did. I'm gonna do it a different way. By the way, my favorite mobster is Gotti. So it's like you know. So it's like, you know what I'm saying. So it's like, but you know what I'm saying. Like, it's like, bro. It's like, that's what I'm saying. I just don't want to make it feel like I'm killing people. I'm just like, man, we just gotta be smarter, man. Because
No, but my question still is, you have a son and a daughter.
Yep.
I'm sure Benzino never thought he would be at a point in his life where he had to ask his children for money. I feel like you would be more likely to ask little Raymond for money than you would to ask your daughter for
I'm
money.
not gonna ask neither one of my kids for money.
Ever? But you take care of your mom.
I pray to God that I never have to, and I take care of my mom because I have no choice.
Okay.
And I wouldn't want to put that pressure on my kids. They ain't gonna take care of me. I want them
But
to
you
take
think
care of
it's
themselves.
different as I feel like it's okay for moms to ask their kids for money, but like dads.
If you are up, and someone that who looked out for you when you were up is down, I don't care if you're a man, a woman, a transgender. I don't care who you are. You need to take care of your family member who they looked out for you. Now, I'm not saying give them everything you got, but what I am saying is that you should take care of your family member, because I give my mom because number one is my mom, but I also give my mom because I don't want her to have to ask nobody else for nothing in life. So, we talked about that, by the way. Benzino's a really good guy.
I agree.
And I just think that he's just from old school gangster shit, and I don't think he knows how to handle. Like, I can't imagine. You have a daughter.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine my 6-year-old daughter, Miyoki, being a superstar 19 years from now, and I can't be in touch with her. I couldn't even imagine that. But he also talked about how he felt like like he didn't understand why she didn't feel supported, and I think that that's what we was trying to get to, like, because he felt like he did support her, but he admitted that he supported his sons a little bit more because they were boys. That's but like I said, he admitted it. Like, damn, I didn't think about it like that. So I'm hoping that this interview does a lot for him and Coy's relationship. Like, I didn't do the interview for clicks and views. I did the interview strictly for Coy and the other things that was around. So we spoke about the gay rumors. We spoke about the transgender rumors. We spoke about, you know, the Paul Pierce stabbing. Like, he wanted to talk about everything. Good. And he laid it out. And, you know, bottom line is that no human is perfect, and we all just trying to figure it out. And none of us had somebody. Did anybody teach you how to be a dad?
No.
You see what I'm trying to say? Nobody taught me how to be a dad. I just learned doing the best of my ability. So I think we got to give more.
I got advice, but I never it was like, there's no, you can read all the books in the world and get all the advice you want.
I don't think if it's no book to prepare you to be a dad, you think it's a book to prepare you to be the father of a superstar?
Right.
Like, come on now. He don't know. Like, he frustrated. He's seeing all his friends are up. It could be so many reasons why he like that. And he knows that if his son was up, that they would be looking out for him more. But that's also because he probably supported his sons differently than he supported his daughter. But we talked about it. Busta Rhymes, everything. I think
it probably made, but that's low key. That might be the reason why Chloe's so successful. Because we talked about it a while back, but they showed that kids that go through more trauma generally are more successful. So like the fact that she wasn't supported as much by her father, it probably drove her to be like, nah, you got me fucked up. Like I'm gonna prove to you.
Well, the thing was that he did support her, but he supported her the way you would support a daughter. He protected her.
Yeah.
He didn't push her. He protected her. So like when she wants to go see, when labels are flying out, he's like, don't do this. And she's like, Dad, I'm not a hoe. I would never do those things. So that's what he was saying. He was like, but by the way, this was coming to him during the interview, like, damn, I didn't think about it. Because, you know, for him, it's just like, he came in like, man, what's happened, man? Why? Look what's happening to me. And I'm like, well, let's talk about what you did to make this happen. But I think it's a game changer. Like, that was my first time doing an interview without either one of you guys. And it was like, I was nervous as fuck. But I think it was a game changer. Because I hope that after this interview that him and Coy get together. That's the goal.
I wonder if you could do like her on the other side. Like that would be a good one. But anyway, Jack, I'm gonna let you ask the last music question because I know you've been getting chewed up because of Ray. You getting some straight bullets.
No,
over there.
I'm not getting anything.
Are you bringing Wu-Tang's DJ here? Because I know you said you
exactly.
No, that
he
was
went
just
straight to it.
we talked about it. A lot of people want to come in and
I want to talk
The whole
about
Wu-Tang will be out
Yeah, the whole
They
Wu-Tang.
be like, all right.
The mob is gonna be out there. We will.
But I mean,
Wu-Tang
I'm gonna
sign.
say this like I told people. I don't think Ray didn't. Well, I'm not gonna speak for him because he can
you, my
speak
brother,
for
you can speak for
himself.
me. But go ahead.
But it's not a disrespectful thing. It's his opinion.
Right.
You know, at the end of the day, it's people on my Instagram this whole week. I got like 14,000 comments.
Wow.
About just people voicing their opinion about things. So
What'd I say?
at the end of the day, everyone has their opinion.
Yeah,
I mean, I still got smoke for New York people, and this is for Blue. Hold on, before we get too deep.
By the way, that was my favorite show we ever shot.
Before we get too deep, let me tell y'all how Biggie stole the South style.
My God, this is not no.
Hold on, can I say something before you go there? I'm gonna say something.
All right.
Here's my only thing I want to say, because I want to back up what you're about to say. You literally said, Jack, tell me one time when a New York nigga wanted to dress like a Southern nigga.
I did say that.
Bingo.
No, hear me out.
What's the answer?
If I said that, New York will go crazy. The South doesn't care enough. That's my only thing that bothers me, is that I'll say, I've heard, like I've been around I got New York friends. By the way, I've said this same thing to them. And they were like, you fucking crazy. Y'all country ass niggas in the South. Y'all motherfuckers is overall wearing niggas. And I took it. See how funny that is? See how funny that was? Overall wearing niggas. I took it. But as soon as I say Wu-Tang is too complicated for me, oh, you're dumb anyway. Just say, if you're dumb, just say you're dumb. Dummy. And it's like,
Yo, they was killing you.
But my thing is this, is that look at how I grew up. I never said it wasn't good. I said it's overrated. It's rare that you'll hear me say something is not good. I might say something that's complicated. Something feels difficult. Something feels off. I don't get it. But I'm not going to say that's bad, because I listen to Wu-Tang. them niggas is hard. But I go listen to them when I don't want to understand. Like, I listen to them when I don't want to understand. So, with that being said, let's let a Southern gentleman tell you guys how a New York legend,
Biggie.
it's possible, by the way, Tamira, Janaea, Jack, Jordan, whoever's else here from New York, it is possible that an East Coast person bit a Southern person. That is a possibility.
So we know Biggie. We know Biggie as Biggie Smalls.
Yours.
We know him as Biggie Smalls.
Yep.
We know him as B.I.G.
Yep. The Notorious B.I.G.
Well, no.
I know where you going.
We know him as the Notorious B.I.G. Right? Mm-hmm. So there's a little artist out of Mississippi that's named the Notorious Big One. That Biggie literally took the entire name.
Allegedly.
Allegedly.
That ain't got shit to do with fashion.
His first, you know what Notorious Big One's big record was? Big Daddy.
Big Papa?
No, that's Big Daddy. Biggie's big record was Big Papa. Stop playing with me. He didn't just take his name.
This goes back to the
He
lean
came
back
and
shit.
said,
This is
Daddy's
like lean
country.
back all over again.
He said, Daddy's some country shit.
Oh, God.
I'm going to call myself Big Papa.
I'm gonna be
So
honest.
I'm not saying, hypothetically
Daddy's country?
speaking.
I think someone photoshopped that video. I don't think that's real.
There we go.
I don't know.
Now somebody photoshopped
Yeah,
it.
that was made
In
on camera.
1993, they photoshopped it.
Why when it's somebody from the South, it can't be real? But when it's
I
somebody
know.
from New York-
I'm joking.
Hold on.
It's possible, but I don't know. I don't know that that's true.
Jack, his name was Notorious. His name was the
I
Notorious
don't
Big
know
One.
that that's fact.
No, it's a fact.
I've
So,
seen
Jack,
the stuff.
So these
but
are the facts.
I don't know that.
These are the facts. These are facts.
Do you know
so
that
hold
it's
on,
fact?
hold on, Jack. Hold on.
Have you met the
hold on,
guy?
Jack. I'm gonna do like Fondy doing people in court right now.
Please don't.
Is
do
there?
that.
Hold on. Is there an artist named Notorious Big One? Yes or no?
Allegedly, I don't know that. I
Yes
don't
or
know.
no? Is
I don't
there-
know.
You could ask.
I don't
You
know.
could look it up.
Is there an artist named the Notorious Big One?
Let's see. Let me Google it. Because I don't know.
But my thing is, why can't that happen?
I didn't say it couldn't.
Y'all just wasn't in
I'm-
our
he
ecosystem.
asked
We
a
all got
question.
ecosystem.
Y'all wasn't in
About what-
ours.
Yes, we
What I
was.
know.
No,
We
y'all
the
was
ecosystem.
not. That's what I'm trying to tell you. As much as New York, dog, can I tell you why I love Atlanta so much? I moved to Atlanta in 1991. When I moved to Atlanta in 91, when I left New York, EPMD was on fire. Das Effects was on fire. I'm talking about like all these New York artists was on fire. I moved to Atlanta and they weren't playing none of these artists. They were playing fucking Kilo, Raheem. They had their own world. And I remember thinking like, man, this is cool. Like these people in the South are not, because in New York, you just think it's all about you. I know that because I'm from New York. I was born there. My family is New Yorkers. Everything, New York takes credit for everything. But the minute that another state south of D.C., DC and better, lower, say New York got something from New Yorkers be like, get the fuck out of here. Before I stomp you with my fucking Timbs on.
I see you got some Timbs
damn,
on,
That's
bro.
good for y'all.
My
Like,
Timbs
You
are
feeling-
by the way,
you
my
feeling
Timbs
New York
are
today.
fresher. My Timbs are fresher
Limits.
than the New Yorkers Timbs.
those are brand new out of the box. Those are fresh out the box.
What are?
Sorry.
His. I said
Mine's
that when
are
I came in.
yours
Those
are
are
fresher
fresh out
than
the
mine?
box. Those are fresh out the box Timbs. I could smell it from here. Those are fresh out the box Timbs.
See the,
She said I can
You
smell
got
These are
like
crispy
limited
construct.
edition or
fresher,
something
I'm
on.
talking about like
Yeah, you got
better.
some limited something on.
Hold
That's
on.
your
Yeah.
opinion.
Something's
Hold on,
happening over
Ray.
here. You got green laces.
Hey.
I want to get back to
Okay,
Jack?
so
who
according
Timbs are better, me or Jack? By the way, who Timbs are better?
Those are butters. Those are classic butters.
I don't give a fuck. They're not classic to me.
those are the
What
foot,
are
those are the
You got
Foot
green
Locker
laces with
Timbs,
a
right?
green thing at the
Those
top.
are the Foot Locker Timbs.
I don't know. I got these.
We
from.
don't
You
wear
had the
Timbs with
wrong
ornaments
Timbs
on it.
Didn't I say this earlier? Ray has the wrong Timbs on. I
You,
asked, was anybody
yeah,
gonna
you
tell
got
me he had
Timbs
the
with
wrong
ornaments, man.
Who says I have the wrong Timbs on?
A New Yorker.
world.
will.
Eggs, no,
The world.
New Yorkers.
Hip-hop.
See, this is
If
my,
you go in Foot Locker, they will tell you those are the wrong Timbs.
Those are what you like, though. Hey, that's
What's
cool.
it?
Can
I'm trying
y'all
to
zoom
say-
in and make sure? Can we get the people to vote
I
on this
promise you, my sneakers are fresher than his.
How?
All right, so
These
what are you
fresh,
considering?
Fresh.
I have,
Fresh pair of butters.
Those are fresh
I'm
butters
talking
out
about,
the
I'm talking
box.
fresh, like the style is better, guys.
Okay.
Meaning like
Because you
meaning
got
like-
the green laces and
meaning
the
because I got the green lace and the green on
Nah,
the
it's
top.
cool. I mean, it's
cool.
got a little, it's cool.
Listen, man, can I tell you something? This
Yo, funny as
arrogance
hell.
that
It's
you hear
cool.
from Tamira and Jack Dan's is exactly why I never claimed.
Well, hold on, Ray.
That's why I don't claim the
Ray,
because it's like, how could y'all be so arrogant
Ray.
The
that
shit
y'all
is
don't
all
think
wrong.
the rest
he got
of the
his
world?
shit laced all the
Hey,
way
Ray.
up to the
Ray.
top.
Back to the interrogation.
Oh. Sorry.
Is there an artist named the Notorious Big One?
According to Google, a rapper named Notorious Big One says his name and song was stolen. That's what Google says.
So yes, the answer is yes. Okay.
Allegedly.
Did Biggie not have a song called Big Papa?
Of course.
The Notorious Big One song that was allegedly stolen not called Big Daddy?
I don't know.
Why is that not possible though? Like Puff and Big jacked everybody.
I didn't say it wasn't possible.
His first single,
He's
Juicy,
asking
was
me a
sample.
question about
His
what
second
I know as a
single, Big Papa,
fact.
was a
I
sample.
don't know that.
His
as a
third
fact.
single, fucking One More Chance, was a sample. He
I
came
don't
back with
know
his
that
fourth
as a
single.
fact.
On his first single on his first album was Biggie, which was a sample.
Are we sampling the South though? Like who we sampling?
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Listen, all music is
If y'all say
derivative
we
of
stealing from the
something.
South,
All music,
Well, the
fucking
young nigga
hip hop.
they gonna give you
Hip hop
arguments.
is
The math
based
ain't
on
math
what?
in
here.
Break beats and niggas was sampling
math is
James
not
Brown
math.
break beats. All hip hop
It's South
is
math.
derivative.
Who says
Hold on,
that?
look.
He
look,
asked
Ray,
me a
look.
straight up
Hey,
question.
Jack,
Do I
Jack.
know about Notorious
In
Big
conclusion,
One?
in
I don't know who the
That's a
fuck the
question.
Notorious Big One is.
That doesn't mean Biggie didn't see him.
I didn't say that.
Ray,
How do I know
Ray,
what Big saw?
Ray.
He's dead.
In
I
conclusion-
didn't hang with Big.
But
In
the guys
conclusion,
that's right.
Go
Jack.
ahead.
New York niggas are delusional.
How am I
niggas-
delusional? You
Fuck
asked me
y'all.
about a fact.
People are delusional.
I don't know that exists.
Jack
I just-
literally, he literally just found every single stat that I asked him and said, "Yeah, Google said it."
You asked me a question. That just because Google says it's fucking angels in Antarctica, does that
Right.
mean that it's real?
That's right, Jack.
Does Google say that?
Yes.
The-
we can find something that does say.
Does
it.
Google say that?
You look
we
hard
know
enough, you
that.
can find
Google-
it.
The
that y'all
first
don't
two,
wanna
mind you, guys.
Just
For
don't
y'all who
admit,
couldn't
just
see
admit
Jack's
y'all
screen,
don't want to give.
for all y'all who couldn't see Jack's screen, Jack literally he's scrolling
Okay,
a
hold on a
bunch of
second.
different big Notorious Big One. It's all Notorious Big One. He's trying to find the
Listen,
most irrelevant.
all
stat
shout out to
possible.
all hip hop because this is the first thing that came up. My people's all hip hop. It says that here.
Okay.
You asked me, do I know that? I see that. That doesn't mean that I know that.
This nigga here.
That just means that this is what something that I Google said.
New York niggas.
I don't know that as a
Hey,
fact.
look, y'all some slithering.
But you asked me what's a fact.
What?
Do I know that Notorious
Hey, shout out
B.I.G.
New York,
made a
man. I
song
love
named
y'all.
Big
Thank
Papa?
you.
Yes, I do know that.
Keep going, Jack.
Do I know about Big Daddy? I don't know about that.
Yeah, but and
Simple.
the way New Yorkers think is that if we don't know about it, then that means no one knows
It didn't
about
happen.
it. If we don't say those are official ones, then no one has it. And see, that's why I act the way I act, because I grew up around people who made it feel like our way is the best way, and then I went in another place and saw other people's way was better.
Well, I tell you what. Won't someone find the Notorious Big One? Tell him to DM me and let's bring him on the show. Let him tell his story.
Love to hear it.
You should find him.
We will.
He probably feels,
Anyone, if you're out there,
he probably feels
and you know the
wounded. You should probably-
Notorious
you should
Big
fi-
One,
Find his Instagram while you
tell
go
him
to
to
it.
hit me up. We want to talk to him
We got some.
because I don't know who he is.
We want
If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. If I learn something, I learn
We're
something.
willing to have the
but I
conversation.
don't know that as a
Can I
fact.
tell y'all the best part about it? If y'all don't have the conversation, nobody gives a fuck. I want y'all New Yorkers to know, if y'all wasn't willing, we don't give a fuck. I know what I know. When I walk in the street, I know what I know, and I know what people compliment me on, and I know what's dope and what's not dope. I don't give a fuck if people in Harlem don't think it's dope. I'm not in Harlem.
Cool.
I don't care what people in Queens think. I'm not in Queens.
And on
It's
that
the
note,
same way that I don't give. I might
And
not
I
care
don't
what someone in
blame you.
Stone
And
Mountain
I
or
don't blame
Decatur.
you.
hey guys,
And I don't
hey guys,
blame you.
and on that note,
I don't blame you.
we
Don't
say-
have to.
But I fuck with y'all. Y'all fuck with us. You like what you like. I
Yeah,
like
but
what
I
I
don't
like.
blame you. I don't blame you for saying, like, notice when Jack said, listen guys, chat, let me tell you something. When Jack says Nas is not complicated, and I say, Jack, give me a verse, he never can.
I don't know no one's verses.
Okay, that means they're complicated. The point is that we can argue that they're not, but they are, because if they weren't, you would know them.
Nas is a
To
national
all the
treasure.
ladies in the place with
Nas
style
is
and
a
grace,
national
finish
treasure.
the line.
Wu-Tang is a
To
national.
all the ladies in the place with style and grace.
Allow me to lace these lyrical dishes in your bushes.
Keep going.
I'm not keep going.
'Cause you know it, right?
It doesn't matter. You just saw it. You just saw it. I completed the line.
Hold on.
What does that have to do?
Hey, on that note, guys.
Oh no!
This is a shame.
No.
Nope.
This is a shameless plug. Y'all go stream Happiness, SARS, Ashake,
Right.
Gunna,
Hold on.
Afrobeat. It's some cool shit, man. Get some good energy.
So
around
wait, is
here.
Afrobeat and Gunna?
It's Gunna, yes. We got a
Gunna's
Gunna.
doing an Afrobeat. Oh,
He
I
is.
like-
It's-
he's
it's-
expanding the market.
Hold on. What song is this? See, he ain't no fucking hip hop fan. Finish the line.
I don't know that.
This one of their best songs.
It sounds like the mystery is.
She know the rest of it.
Might be.
Yeah, that's my point.
That was not.
My point. It's like let's just get to the reality is that no one not from New York, especially from the South, has the ability in New Yorkers' eyes to criticize New York. Can we admit that?
Yeah, stay out of New York business.
So you're admitting that. So
Stay
nobody
from
from the
business,
South
please.
has a right to criticize New Yorkers because y'all are the
You
Bible
have the
of
right to
hip-hop.
do
Better
whatever
than
you
New York
want. You're
people.
a grown person. You just have to deal with whatever the repercussions are of that. It's like if I criticize something from the South or something from Atlanta, I got to deal with whatever I got
Who
to
have
deal
you
with.
criticized?
I haven't, but I'm just saying if I did,
Do you like Yin Yang Twins?
their songs were cool.
Who from the South didn't you like?
I
I just want to know.
I don't know. I don't think about who I didn't like. I liked
You don't
A-Boy and MJG a couple of joints, but I don't think they're better than Wu-Tang.
But you never
Th-
heard.
this is-
You never heard their music. Have you ever heard?
I've
Coming Out
heard
Hard album?
some. I didn't listen to the album.
I know all Wu-Tang music.
I'm gonna be honest
and
with
I still
you.
think A-Ball and
The,
MJG
the
music is
songs
better.
that I heard from A-Boy and MJG were probably songs on New York albums. So they had a joint on Mace album, Play Away. That was a dope record. A-Boy had a verse on. I was listening to it today.
Everything
on
that I do be all about my loot. I
Yeah,
be kicking
that
down
was
dust,
dope.
getting
That-
my
I love
polo
that record.
getting blown off the drove, taking smoke on my nose,
Right.
give the world to a woman, but don't love hoes. Finish the line.
I don't know the rest of that
I'm a
song,
player,
but I know
baby.
that song.
Don't you forget. I
Right,
do this,
cool,
guys. So
cool.
when I criticize, I'm criticizing from a standpoint of someone that does it.
All I hear is
So,
criticize.
so,
that
but
song.
because you can recite the lyrics,
Don't ask
just
me
because
that.
I can't doesn't mean that I don't know what I'm talking about.
Tamira, do you think someone that doesn't know it can criticize it more than someone who does?
I do think in order to make a sound judgment and to be able to solidly criticize something, you do need to be a little bit more versed.
You don't have to. You do not. You can't fucking recite every book in the Bible, but you might know.
I don't.
Some of the stuff, right?
I don't know. The
Okay,
Bible.
so
But you
But
gotta
I
have
do
at
know,
least some
but the
information.
prayers that I listen to, and I like the Serenity Prayer. I
Okay.
know that by heart.
Okay,
if I
cool.
know something, I know it. I don't. If you told me your favorite Bible verse, I couldn't tell you, and I told you mine. I can't argue against you. You might be making up something that wasn't even in the Bible.
Some
I
shit
couldn't
would
tell
do.
you that. That's my point. I don't speak on things that I'm not well versed on.
Okay.
Okay.
I make music for a living. So obviously, Wu-Tang was so special that there has not been anything close. That's because timing of where they came out and how they came out worked in their favor.
Like what?
We haven't had another one.
So what timing actually worked? Like they
They
didn't have the
came out in
competition.
a time where where it was nothing like them, and because it was nothing like them, they became legends.
Okay.
And they are dope. That doesn't mean they're not complicated. So I only said that you can be, because notice how I said what I said, guys. I said being someone who was born in New York, that moved to Georgia, I feel like I'm qualified to speak a little bit on subjects unlike you guys. I left New York in 91. I remember in 93 when Wu-Tang dropped and how all my friends in New York was in Atlanta was going crazy for it, and I couldn't understand why. Because I'm like, and maybe it was because I know New Yorkers don't fuck with Southerners like that. Maybe it's because I thought that they gonna probably say you country ass niggas anyway, so maybe I didn't want to give them credit. I can admit that. But notice I'm very transparent. I don't bullshit. I just think they're complicated. And I could tell you how I know they're not that dope. And they're dope, but they wasn't that dope. Because nothing like them has ever come out. They were just different. Remember when I said on this same show, Tamira, I said I would put T.I. over Dre because Outkast was their own thing. Remember I said that on the show when we first started filming? I was like, Outkast, we can't take pride of Outkast in Atlanta like that because Outkast could have been from anywhere. We just thankful they was from Atlanta. T.I. was from Atlanta though. Wu-Tang, they came from New York at the right time and they worked, man. It's that simple. But that don't mean that it was fucking fire.
That's right. Stand on that business, right?
Damn, like it's okay, by the way. It's okay.
Perfectly entitled to that. And I'm glad you gave your flowers. That's cool.
Get my flowers to who?
To the Wu-Tang.
Oh, nah, but I don't hate on nobody. But A-Ball MJG coming out hard album is better to me. I
Then
can
what?
recite that than Enter the Wu-Tang album. I can recite, by the way, you want me to recite, I can recite a song from any a verse from any song on the album right now.
Good for you.
That's how I know it. How can I say something is good if I don't know it?
Alrighty then. So, With that being said, shout out to all our sponsors. If you guys like what we're doing, make sure that you're subscribed on all of our platforms. You like, subscribe, share. Shout out to Yoko Vodka, Tulos, Tote and Carry. Anybody else we missing, guys? Any words of encouragement as we go into the holiday season?
Hey, give me a number one going into the holiday.
Yeah, there we go.
I just did some label meetings, and I think that I just want to say this to all the managers out there that's new: get some help. A lot of artist careers are being killed right now because they're being ran by new managers who think their job is to work the label, which to me is crazy. Some managers in this business think that their job is to go out there and work the label, meaning they think their job is to make you do your job, you do your job, and you do your job. Like they don't have a job.
Right. Good.
Are you seeing that too?
I was just telling the artist, we were trying to sign an artist right now, and I was like, bro, I'm not signing unless I know who his manager is, because like, I'm not like
Juju don't be signing just anybody. Juju got real strict rules about who's
because like you find yourself in a situation where the manager has no idea what they're talking about, and they can fuck up more relationships than they realize because they don't know what they're doing. And when they mess up those relationships, it falls back on me to go back and try to fix it, but that doesn't always work.
Have you ever been? Well, this is for both of you, just real quick. Have y'all ever been in a situation where someone's manager or representation killed the deal?
Yeah,
All the time.
Yeah,
What? All the time.
killed the deal. They got them dropped.
Dropped.
We had to drop them because of their manager, and they didn't realize not even no flack on their talent. They still talented, still can make music, but their manager and management is. We literally just had this conversation earlier. I love him to death as an artist, but Psy Baby is a great example.
Oh yeah, his dad manager.
His uncle.
Like that. I heard a family member manager.
And it didn't know the music business. And
a lot of these artists are losing because their managers are scared of them.
Can't have that.
Like the label is not scared of no artist. Like a label will never be scared of an artist because a label has rights.
I can go get another one.
Not only that, I have rights. You can't do nothing without me. But
me
managers,
do.
they be scared of their artists. And they be scared of their artists so much that they let them run the show and they run their career right into the ground. And then we have that. Like we have the same cycle repeating. So I just had to say that because I was just thinking, I'm like, man, I used to think that I think we talk a lot about labels and their efficiencies and artists and their efficiencies, but we don't acknowledge that there's an intermediary between every label and every artist, and it's called a manager, and their efficiencies are really hurting the game.
I'm about to say, and it's okay as a new manager to go get help. Like bust that percentage down.
Yeah.
Break that percentage
Join our
down.
Just about to
community
say
if you
that.
want. But I'm saying
Split it, right?
you
Split that shit in
gotta
half.
these managers out here, you gotta as much as the artists, new managers, as much as the artists have to work on developing themselves and the labels have to work on developing themselves, y'all have to make the same investments to be better too. Because I ain't gonna lie, when I was coming up, I sought all the information. If it was information out there, that's how I know so much. I felt like, how am I gonna feed my family if I don't know what I'm doing? And I feel like a lot of these managers don't know what they're doing, and I feel like they're getting off and they don't even know their roles. So I think that we just need to really start speaking about exec development too.
Absolutely.
We should start a class on it or something.
Oh, we will. We're gonna
So
do
like
that
you
in
said,
community.
join the Dreamers community. If you guys want to learn more about that, we got exclusive content on there. You get one-on-ones with Ray's. He goes live, answer questions. You want to be a part of the God Squad. It's definitely worth the investment. So you guys check that out and make sure you subscribe to us on all streaming platforms.
And this is the Culture Report presented by the God Show. And we are out.
Ooh, I love a Europe. Love a good Europe.
That was a good one.